Hello again, John Tabulu here with the ARFF Training Program Part 2. We'll be covering the Master Training Plan. And what that is that, let me pull up the plan here. This is the ARFF Master Training Plan. And read this document before you go into the PowerPoint. PowerPoint's only an overview of this. There's a lot more information within this document, and it'll be included, all this will be included, links to this activity. So what is the ARFF Master Training Plan? It sets forth a standard for training that should be conducted throughout the calendar year. It's a systematic and functional template that fulfills minimum training requirements and maintains critical firefighting skills. For continuity between all shifts, the training plan is based on calendar format with different months dedicated to recertification and specialized training. So what that training is, let's dive into it right now. Right here. So this is what it looks like, the overview. State ARFF required, this is new right here, and we'll cover that. Specialized training, these scheduled training are not set in stone yet. We're looking at live fire and all that, so we're scheduling it throughout the years, but these should be routine scheduled training for that month that happens every year on the same month. Company training here, which is the FAR requirements, we're going to just call it regular company training. They should be handled by each of the officers and documented as such. Okay, so the new state ARFF required training, which is a monthly mandated training that is required and essential to maintain critical firefighting skills and knowledge. At a minimum, these topics should be completed once a month. So what are they? High performance CPR and AED training. We should do at least 2 rotations of high performance CPR and AED. So all these trainings should be documented in Target Solutions, and we'll show you how to do that in the next series. SCBA drill, everybody should at least do 1 SCBA drill per month, which would include at a minimum don bunker gear, SCBA, go on air, and activate the pass. A wet drill, everybody should be doing a wet drill every month, which would be a handline or pump operation. Minimal time is 1 hour drill. Or a turret operation, or somehow incorporate structural equipment and a water supply. So not necessarily shooting water. If you're going to incorporate any structural equipment and water supply, that would constitute a wet drill. Boat operation evolutions, Station 2 should launch at a minimum once a month. And then we have the tactical pre-fire plan that we talked about last series. At least 1 pre-fire plan walkthrough per month. Target Solutions, we're going to record training in these links right here, and we'll show you how to do that. So, example of the monthly required training schedule. Of course, this arrow would be your Tuesday inspections. That's when you would do your building inspections here. CPR, SCBA drill, we're going to do it on the first half of the month. Pumper operation, wet drill, or boat operations, we're going to do it on the second half of the month. Here it is on the Google Calendar. You got inspections for your Tuesday here. That should cover your walkthrough. If you're not scheduled on a Tuesday, see blue shift's not here, then they will just push it on an open day, maybe on a Wednesday or a Thursday. They're not on Thursdays, but here on a Wednesday they would do a pre-fire plan. The first shift back of the month, we scheduling your CPR and SCBA drill, and your second half of the month will be your wet drill or your boat operations. Again, if you guys aren't able to complete that on the first shift back for the month, just push it back to the second, as long as you're completing it within the first 2 weeks of that month. Same with your wet drill. These are minimum, so you could do a wet drill any time of the month and document it and get credit for it, but we're just throwing it on the calendar just for scheduling purposes. Again, if something's going on in this Thursday, you can do it on a Saturday or here on a Monday, as long as that gets done per month. These are just primers and placeholders for those drills. Here it is on the master training plan. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if you're station 2 required training per month that's documented. Company training, that's the ARFF topics, the 139 topics, which is daily in-service training sessions conducted by a member of the company. It's a proactive approach to training and improving fireground performance. So this is your day-to-day training. We're going to try and fit the company level training into one of the ARFF topics. But you'll see we have it broken down twice a year per topic. Company training should reflect what is needed by the company to increase proficiency and should focus on maintaining the day-to-day proficiency of the skills necessary to get the job done. The training session should last at least 30 minutes. At least 30 minutes. And company level training should be documented and conducted to cover majority of the FAR 139 regulatory requirements and documented in Target Solutions for credit. Okay, company level training continued. It consists of a classroom or hands-on training followed by a debriefing. 2 company level topics are scheduled per month. Training can be scheduled any day within the training period, and we'll look at a calendar to make it more clear. Makeup training can be scheduled anytime. The last half of June and December will be dedicated to makeup training, and then we'll include the company training topics. So here's what it looks like. It's an example of company level training schedule. The first topic will be the first 2 weeks of the month, and then the second topic would be the last half. The third topic would be the first half of the following month, and I'll just show you. I think it's easier to see on a calendar. Here we go. This is what it looks like on the spreadsheet here. Airport FAM, aircraft FAM are in January. So the first half of the month, the second half of the month. Rescue personal safety would be in February, first half. Emergency comms, second half, and so forth down as we go down here. We have makeup right here in June. If there's anything that's got to get made up, the last half of June will be a makeup period. So we'll start it back up in July. So you have 2 topics per year, 2 of the same topics per year, and it just continues on. So we should hit at least one of these for FAA inspections per year. That's the only thing that's required. It's just one of these topics per year. But we're going to do 2. Okay, so recording training, and we'll go over this more when we get into the Target Solution series. It's either here in this ARFF training, or there's a link here, record completions here, and we'll talk more about that later. So let's go into the Target Solutions. So this is the calendar right here. This is June, so we don't have the training schedule set up. Let's go to July. So we're here. Our first topic is Airport FAM, so we'll get that for the first 2 weeks up until the 15th. Our second topic, Aircraft FAM, for the next 2 weeks. And we'll go to August. Then we get Rescue Firefighting, Emergency Communications, and we'll go down throughout the months until we hit December, and we should be in makeup or HRET, ballistic, and FLIR, our last half of December. So what are you training for that month? So let's take July here. We have the first topic here is the airport FAM. The second topic is the aircraft FAM. And let's say we're here on the 20th. We have aircraft FAM. And then we have a weekly routine here. So what do we train on the aircraft familiarization? So if you look in the AC circular here for aircraft familiarization, there is all these objectives here, A through J. So the officer should pick one of these objectives or a few of these objectives to complete the training for that period. We're not going to give you specific objectives for that month. They should know what they should train in and pick a topic here. So on the training report, we had aircraft FAM. We're on the 20th here. Aircraft FAM is our topic for that 2 weeks. We're going to pull up a training report. We can get to it from here, and we'll go over this, how to do this more. Aircraft FAM. I'm just going to pick myself. And let's say for this month, I want to do this one here, and this one here, this one here. So these are the objectives that I covered in the training. Fill it out as such, the date, the time, how many hours, and then record as complete. And then I would get credit for that training. So that's how you would get the objective for the topic. Let's go home here. So let's say you're in August and you have rescue and firefighting, personal safety. What do I have under that? So let's go to our AC circular. These are the items that are available to us to train in. But since we'll be doing SCBA every month, we should be picking out another objective in here. So we can do identifying hazard associated with aircraft rescue and firefighting. And we would just click that objective to satisfy that training topic. Again, let's run through it. I'm going to record training. We had rescue, firefighting, personal safety. And we're just going to pick our objectives here that we covered. And then submit as complete. So here's our CPR and SCBA drill. First shift back. First shift back for red. First shift back for blue. Here's our wet drill scheduled. First day after the 15th for red, blue, and then green here. Again, we're requiring a minimum once a month. So if you're not able to catch it on the first half, you can definitely do it on any other day that you're on. Or if you catch it working rank for rank, you do an SCBA drill on their shift, then you just take credit for that. That drill through Target Solutions. That's just another view of the calendar. Specialized training is all recertification training and other planned training. So we have EMT, CPR, hazmat refresher. So we're gonna make these recert the same time every month, every year on the same month. So again, we're gonna recert these on the same month every year. So take for example, ATRET, we're gonna certify in every October. We're gonna do ATRET. We're gonna do EMT in March and CPR in April. And these may change. We need to make sure that we got to reset everybody's recert dates in order for us to do that. So hazmat refresher every May. It's just much easier on the scheduling if we do it this way. And guys, if we do, let's say, water rescue training in November, at least on October, guys can get ready to do the swims in November just to get everybody prepared for it. Again, any questions? Use the Target Solutions forum under training schedule. Post your questions there. Okay, that's it for part 2 training schedule. Aloha. Thank you.